Hello there, very happy Friday to you. Thank you for stopping by to check out the Green Pill this week. Yes, it's a place where every Friday, a regular guy who's just really into health and performance content brings you a credible data source and an action tip for anyone motivated and looking to make a positive change in their life. It's all centered around my 6 key pillars to good health, that being sleep, movement, nutrition, meditation, people, and purpose. Now, this week I wanted to come back around to people and play around with how it relates to movement, and not movement in the traditional exercisey way that we think of it, but more so from the every minute of every day as a human being, we are moving. And that's actually very important as to how we communicate and connect with one another. Now, this week's data source is Aaron Alexander. He's a best-selling author, a podcast host, and a movement coach to the athletes and to Hollywood celebrities. And what he brings to the forefront really is that we are always moving, and that is always sending out information. What he breaks down for us is the ratios of the importance of that communication being 55, 38 to 7%, as how it relates to the breakdown of importance of communication being through body language, through vocal tonality, and through the words we actually say. It's widely accepted in psychology that the order of importance is that breakdown. And it's nuts when you think about it, that we put so much emphasis on the words we say, but it's almost irrelevant compared to how we actually say it. And why is that important for our lives? Well, pretty much all of our lives are dictated around interacting with other people, and it will drastically impact what we experience in life. Like Aaron actually cites this study of prison inmates, and these violent criminals were taking videos of people walking down the street and asked, who would you rob and who would you not rob? And it's interesting because the single biggest determining factor from this study wasn't things you might associate like physical size, like age, like gender or race. Actually, the single biggest deciding factor was the body language and how freely they were moving, how perhaps in good health they looked, and how much of perhaps an easy target you would have appeared. And it's really interesting that we're all programmed to recognize these body languages as signals, not just violent criminals, because it's deeply embedded in our primitive brain. And there have also been studies of people who've gone out and explored tribes that are untouched, and they have the exact same range of facial expressions that we do to communicate, have everything from happiness to anger to sadness, even though they've never had any interaction with us. I think this touches upon that old analogy I always like to go back to, that we always have the caveman brain still, and it comes from tribal roots. And from a tribal perspective, we learn to communicate with each other through copying each other, because that's back in the caveman day, that's how we establish trust. And in NLP, one of the fundamental principles is this mirroring concept. And now you might be thinking that's all well and good, but what the hell does that have to do with my health and performance? Well, I think having awareness of this mirroring concept is really powerful, because it allows you to have the awareness to then put yourselves in situations around those people you want to be mirroring, people that make you feel good, and also avoid other situations that don't. And I think that's a really powerful concept when you start leaning into that. And I think this week's action point is just that: it's to start having awareness of your body is telling a story and sending out information. It's a very powerful story. And what story do you want to be sending out? You start taking responsibility and awareness of everything from your facial expressions to your vocal tonality, your body language, your posture, because this stuff has been proven by studies to impact the way you feel. And there's a very famous one of, I think, people standing in the Superman pose for a few minutes before an interview, getting more, being more successful in them. So this stuff's really powerful and will dictate every area of your life. And you want to be someone who other people want to be around. That will directly impact, your success at work, your success in relationships, and all your interactions in life, and just make life better in general. It's a really powerful way to connect with other human beings and feel good. So I hope this was of value to you. And yeah, please let me know your thoughts and your comments. I'd love to hear from you. Have an excellent weekend, and remember to stack the odds in your favor and feel good now.